Ex left me for another woman and now wants to come back. Need advice on a different kind of problem. Names changed and story generated and modified a bit so that we are not easily recognized, but all based on real events. 2 years ago, my high school sweetheart and wife, 37 of 15 years, left me 38 male for another woman, 34. The divorce that followed was a difficult and emotional process. We had to navigate the complexities of custody, child support, and property division. In the end, I gained custody of the kids and bought X out of her share of our home, which has been a stabilizing force for the kids. Despite the challenges of our divorce, my ex-wife and I have managed to maintain an amicable relationship for the sake of our children. We communicate regularly, but it is all about the kids and their activities. After the divorce, my parents, who live nearby, have been a huge help. They pitch in with childcare, homework, and even cooking dinner sometimes. I don't know what I'd do without them. Despite my best efforts, the kids struggle to accept their mother's new relationship. Emily, who's 13, refuses to speak to her mother, while 10-year-old Jack barely acknowledges her. I encourage them to maintain a relationship with their mother, but they're still hurting from her departure. As a result, my ex-wife, who's 37, has broken off her relationship with her partner. She apparently blamed her partner for breaking up her family, or at least her kids. I feel a tiny pang of regret. Should I have tried more? Should I be more supportive? But this is not my current problem or my cross to bear. I'm faced with a new and unexpected challenge. My ex-wife is calling me non-stop, begging to move back in with us. She claims she wants to rebuild her relationship with the kids and maintain a platonic relationship with me. This is not forever, but she is looking for a year or two or till her relationship improves. While we've remained amicable, I've moved on and I'm not interested in any close relationship with her, platonic or otherwise. I've even started dating occasionally, though nothing serious has come of it yet. And the kids? Will they even want their mother living with us again? I try to convey my reservations to my ex-wife, but she's insistent. She pleads with me to reconsider, saying she'll live in the basement and won't disrupt our lives. Now her friends and family have started pleading as well. Is there any good that can come from letting her come back? Or any silver lining? Has anyone come across any similar situation? Thanks for any and all help. Prior additions. 1. I am unlikely to let her move in unless my kids come plead for her, and that is not happening. 2. As per EX, she has given up all romantic pursuits. No way to confirm, and nor do I care. And if she lives with us, she will live like a nun while I am free to date, etc. 3. She is financially well off, and so am I, and so money. Expenses are not an issue. 4. Right now she lives alone with lease in her name, which needs just a month's notice if she wants to quit. 5. She gave up full custody because kids in no uncertain terms told her they wanted to live with me. Also, she had moved in with AP, and a fair partner had a bit of history that my lawyer would not hesitate to use. I also wanted custody, had space, and she decided not to fight a losing battle. Update 1. This weekend, the kids spent time with their mom's parents, and something unexpected happened. My sharp 13-year-old daughter found out about her mom's previous proposal to move back in with us. She was upset and raised a huge fuss, prompting her mom to come over and try to calm her down. Luckily, I was unaware of the situation, and it's probably for the best. In the end, my ex-wife decided to drop her plans to move back in. Instead, she's asked for more visitation time, which the kids are okay with, and I'm willing to make it work. Now, there's a new development. Since both sets of grandparents will be out of town for Christmas, my wife has suggested spending the holiday with the kids. However, my daughter also wants me to join them, which is a bit of a complicated situation. My ex-wife seems open to the idea, but I'm still weighing my options. Not sure what son feels, but he usually follows big sis. I'll keep you updated on what happens next. Update 2. First of all, thanks to all that reached out and commented. It was going to be a quiet Christmas with myself and the kids. That is, until my ex wanted to join us at my place. Had a long conversation with X, the first long one in several months. She is in therapy, and once again acknowledged that this is all her doing and apologized. Some of you may not like it, but she is invited for Christmas, and it will be a day affair. We will open gifts, have our meals, the kids have some movies and games planned, and she will leave after dinner. I have got the kids' presents, and she knows what they are, and I know what she is getting them as well. The exes are not exchanging gifts, not directly at least, but kids have ordered some for her and used my card. I suspect they have made her order some for me as well that she is paid for. For the most part, Whole Foods and Cracker Barrel are cooking for us. Meeting her will be uncomfortable, but it will not be unpleasant. In the end, if the kids go to bed happy, I will be happy. If folk are interested, I will update. Thanks again. Update 3. We planned for the ex-wife to come over early in the morning, and the kids were up bright and early, eager to start the day. The first thing they wanted to do was open presents. My ex-wife and I had coordinated gifts beforehand, so there were no surprises, but the kids loved everything they got. The kids even got me a few gifts, which my ex-wife had paid for, and they gave her something I had purchased. They also made us handmade cards, which touched my heart. At first, it felt awkward having my ex-wife around for an extended period. It had been a while since we'd spent time together like that. However, as the day went on, things started to feel more comfortable. After the kids finished opening presents, my ex-wife took a moment to thank me for doing a great job with the kids and for encouraging them to warm up to her again. She also apologized for her past actions. We agreed not to dwell on the past, and I'm glad to hear she's still in therapy and making progress. We worked together to heat up the meals we'd ordered from Whole Foods in a restaurant, and the kids played some Christmas piano pieces they'd learned. My ex-wife heard them play for the first time in years, and it was clear how much she'd missed it. After lunch, we played video games and watched a movie together. By then, most of the awkwardness had worn off. The kids were hungry, and we had an early supper. As the evening drew to a close, we decided to drive around town to check out some Christmas lights. We spent hours cruising around, taking photos of the beautifully decorated houses, a local church, and even a fire station. It was surprisingly fun, and I'm glad we did it. When we got back home, it was late, and we walked ex-wife back to her apartment. She kissed me on the cheek and gave me a hug, which I reciprocated. I hung around last night drinking and thinking of my wife, and she gave me a hug, which I reciprocated. She thanked me again, and we waited until she was safely inside before we left. Looking back, I'm relieved and happy with how the day turned out. My ex-wife didn't pressure me, and we were both kind to each other. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't angry and hurt in the past, but most of that anger has dissipated. We've all suffered, but I think our kids and I are doing better than she is. I hope she finds peace as well. As we move forward, I'm committed to being a good co-parent. I know we'll never be a couple again, but I'm grateful we can work together for our kids' sake. The kids will spend New Year's Eve with the ex at her parents' place, and I've been invited to join them. Her and her parents said they would understand if I stay away. I'm thinking of stopping by, even if it's just for a chat. Not sure if I will stay longer or for supper. We'll see how it goes. Hope all of you had a great time and are enjoying the blessings of this season. My sister is seeing a married man, and I got beaten because of her. I have no idea where my idiot sister is because she went on vacation with her friends. All I know is that I'm going to pull her hair out when I see her. My sister and I go to the same university. Although we are only 3 years apart, we're almost identical, and people always confuse us for twins. And today I suffered because of that resemblance we have, because as soon as I left my university to go to my car, a lady threw herself on me to start dragging me by the hair while she was yelling at me a lot of things and insults. By pure instinct, I also began to fight. Honestly, at that moment, I thought that some homeless person had an attack of dementia or something. I pulled her by the hair until my friends separated her from me. The woman was crying, and behind her there were 2 more women who were with her and arguing with my friends. The woman was yelling at me that I am her husband's slut. And I didn't understand anything about what was happening, but at that moment, my mind clicked because I know that my sister is dating an older man. She doesn't tell me much about him, but she shows me the gifts he gives her. I told the woman that she was looking for my sister. Basically, the people who were with her yelled at me that I must be just as slutty as my sister. I'm not. I think to fight again, but the police approached us and it was all too messy. Now my scalp is full of scratches, my back is scraped by the asphalt, and my hair hurts too much. And my sister doesn't answer my calls to explain what the hell she did before I tell my mother what happened. I know that if I tell my parents about this, they might even stop paying for my sister's education because it's not the first time she does something like this. I'm going to tell them, yes, but first I need to talk with my sister. The humiliation of having been beaten up at my university for something I didn't do is it gives me chills to think about coming back on Monday and that the people who saw us believe that I am to blame for that. When my sister was the culprit, poor woman, I do feel empathy for her, but I didn't deserve that beating. My sister is not a good person at all, so it's easy to see her in a situation like this. At least she should have asked my name before that. Edit, yes, we ended up at the police station and I filed charges against her, even though she apologized to me a lot when she calmed down a little bit. To be honest, her friends were worse than her in the sense of wanting to keep fighting when it was all over. But anyway, that doesn't justify that the fool hit the wrong person. For now, I'm just going to wait for my sister to come back because I want to say everything with her present so that she can't run away from our parents. It's not the first time my sister has messed with a married man. Update. Hi, my sister came back from her vacation a few days ago. I waited for her to come back because I didn't want her to run away from telling our parents what happened, and I wanted her to be the one to tell them everything. My sister lives with our parents. No, she's not a teenager. She's almost 30. I don't know why someone in the comments said that she was suffering from grooming when she's 28. There's even plus 40-year-old people in college, and anyways, you need to be an adult to be there. So when she arrived, I was already there. When my parents asked me what the hell happened to me, I told them to wait for my sister to come to talk about it. So they already knew that this was about her. Many people don't understand that there are people who like to be the second and enjoy feeling that they can sleep with anyone, even with a forbidden one, and my sister is that type of person. Since she was a teenager, she flirted with her friends' boyfriends. She did it to measure her value with others. But she never flirted with any of my boyfriends. At least she has her limits. Now that she is older, she likes to sleep with married mans. For her, it is better to receive gifts and fun without the pressure of being the wife. Her words, we discussed this many times. At the end of the day, it's all a self-esteem and ego problem that my sister has. She needs to know that she can get whatever she wants. Anyway, a few days ago, the cheating man had sent a message to my sister telling her that his wife beat him and kicked him out of the house after she found out about his affair with my sister. The woman found my sister's IG and sent her messages telling her to stay away from her family because apparently the man took their kids to some of the dates with my sister, and my sister, who is a big idiot, followed the fight with the woman insulting her. She showed me the chat and was clearly encouraging the woman to fight, calling her names, etc. And that's how I ended up getting beaten. According to my sister, she didn't believe that the woman was really going to hit her, but then I started to message her and she basically ignored me because she didn't want to get that kind of stress and also because she knew she screwed up. Honestly, so many comments told me that my sister was not to blame for anything that I began to believe it. Until I saw the messages she sent to that woman almost begging for a beating, and I stopped feeling any kind of empathy for her. She's not a good person and never was. I was furious, but my mother was even more angry. It is not the first time that my family has been affected because of her sexual adventures. This time we did not lose money or friends, but I was physically attacked, which is worse. My sister justified herself by saying that she is single and has no responsibility for any marriage, but my mother told her that we all suffer because of her problematic behavior and that morally she's helping to ruin the lives of many because of her ego. It all ended with my sister throwing a tantrum like always and even blaming me for looking like her. But this time, my father kicked her out of the house with her things. I found it a little sad that my own parents apologized to me for their adult daughter's behavior. In the end of the day, I feel sad to see my parents and other people because of her behavior. And about the woman, she contacted me the next day. I got beaten and was really sorry. She said she would pay for any medical expenses, but I'm fine. She sounded much calmer without her friends and told me that she had never done anything like that, but she felt a very strong hatred for my sister and her ex because of how they talked about her with the children. Although she sounded really regretful, a large part of me wanted her to kick my sister's ass, but that's not going to happen. Even if that doesn't make me a good person, I would have liked to see that. I'm sorry for the boring update, but not much happened except that she didn't send me a message or anything like that. Anyways, I just pray that my parents still don't talk to her so I can see her as little as possible.